Welcome to the podcast. What problem inspired you to build WP IntelliChat?
So currently, many organizations have a lot of data, and it is spread across different platforms and different products where they have stored the data. So currently, they are facing a huge challenge of compiling it, cleaning it, and then putting it to use to analyze it. So this also consumes a lot of time. So we built WP IntelliChat to basically build a bridge between their data and a place where they can analyze the data and get insightful meaning out of it, which also saves on a lot of time when we compare the traditional approach of to compile the data, cleaning it, and then using it. But instead, we can just use WP IntelliChat, which connects to your data, and then you can easily pull your data and analyze it.
Okay, that's an amazing answer. Another question. Why do companies still struggle with their data in this day and age?
So basically, technology is not the only answer. So like I said, organizations have their data compiled and stored in a lot of different places. So the main issue is that data is not, the applications where the data is stored are not talking to each other. There is no means of communication between those applications. The data are stored in a very isolated or siloed format, which sometimes you miss out on some insights, on some vital information, which you could have gathered when the data has been collaborated or matched between them. So, a lot of companies miss out on crucial information or insights when the data is stored in a siloed format or a distributed format. So I think that would answer your question well.
And how is conversing in a normal language helping with this?
So when technical users or people who are working with data just use normal language like English, plain English, the dependency of a person who can code is being reduced, I would say, not eliminated but reduced. So here a person, for example, my CEO maybe, or some person who has less technical knowledge can also have access to data, and they can query on their data, they can get insights on their data, and then they would not need to wait for the person who has access to data, who has knowledge of coding or knowledge of databases. Rather than that, they can just use WP IntelliChat, use normal languages, and then get their outputs. It saves on a lot of time and also gets better accuracy.
Oh, okay. And we have noticed everyone here and then talk about generative AI. How is Agentic AI any different?
So generative AI, basically, when you go to the core of it, it is just generating data. And whereas Agentic AI or AI agents is a whole different platform. So in Agentic AI, you divide your work into steps. Your agents will work for you. You can assign some kind of work to your agent, maybe an email agent, or maybe a workflow like automating your ETL pipelines or your data cleaning pipelines. So that will be all done through an agent. You can have multiple agents talking to each other. Agent A does some work, agent B does some work, and then you can connect them, and then your whole workflow is connected. So generative AI is just generating some data. Agentic AI is you breaking down your work, assigning some kind of particular work to an agent, and then executing your workflow.
Okay, so in the world of AI, where there is a lot of inaccuracy, especially compared to different models, how do you ensure our AI generated insights are accurate and reliable?
So when you're using WP IntelliChat, we have also put a lot of safeguard protocols, I would say, such as human in the loop, source validation, data validation, and then many such guardrails. So like in human in the loop, one protocol which we use is where the end user will have one last work or one last permission given to the AI that yes, this answer is correct, you may execute this code or give me this report or give me this answer. Only after the human approves that this output by the AI is correct will the workflow be executed or the agents will be further executed.
Okay. Also, another question. Can you share some examples where AI-driven decision making has created a measurable value?
So when we talk about AI creating some value and a company using enterprise level data to get some outputs. It is mostly used to increase accuracy, I would say, and to automate workflows and work which is like a very mundane work and repetitive work. There you can use AI to automate those workflows, get better results, because there's always a chance of humans making some of the other error, I would say. But when we're using AI, we can install guardrails, we can apply some preventive measures that we won't go off limits or off track, and then ensure better results and better accuracy. And also when we have report generations or some tasks which takes a good amount of time, we can use AI to automate that work also, and your reporting time, which would usually take a couple of days, would reduce down to a couple of minutes or a couple of hours.
Also, one major concern which has been there for the longest time for enterprises has been security. And how should organizations approach AI governance?
So yes, you're right. Organizations are also struggling with governance in AI, trust for the AI, which is a very huge risk and huge word when it comes to enterprise level AI. I would say that there are a lot of ways where we can install governance in AI. So one is controlled access, auditability of your AI, your reliability of AI. Just know where your AI is going, what answers is it generating, from where are the answers being generated, like the source of the data is also very important when it comes to the governance part of AI. And maybe compliance, human insights are one of some of the ways we can use to have some governance over our AI outputs.
Since you have talked about enterprise AI, I would like to ask you, where do you see enterprise AI in the next 5 years if it goes the same way it is going?
Hey, this is a very good question. So currently we are using AI just as a tool, maybe just as a helper in our day-to-day lives. But I think in the next 5 years, AI will be a very huge help in your day-to-day life. It could, I wouldn't say it will replace humans, but I'm sure that it would do larger tasks than it is doing right now. So automating your huge workflows which you have in operations, monitor your operations, and after monitoring your operations, it can give you recommendations which will increase your profitability or increase your efficiency, which are not used currently, because as you mentioned in the previous question about governance and auditability, it is a huge risk to other corporations also. So in next 5 years, I'm sure the AI will be so powerful, or maybe so governed, that it could be used to make decisions and identify all your opportunities, identify all your issues in your workflows, identify where you're going wrong in your corporations.
And considering AI is an outgrowing world, and what are some misconceptions you think businesses have regarding AI which you would like to address?
So misconceptions, the largest one I would say is AI is going to replace humans. So I don't think AI will be ever replacing humans, because human in the loop is the best format of safeguarding your outputs against malicious outputs. I wouldn't say malicious outputs by the AI, but maybe some wrong outputs by the AI, because looking at the current scenario. So that is one huge misconception, I would say.
Considering the levels AI is going to at this point, especially in businesses, what is the biggest misconception you think businesses have about AI which you would like to address specifically?
So like I mentioned, people think that AI will be replacing humans. So I don't think that AI will be replacing humans, and because human in the loop is the best way to ensure governance in your workflows. So right now, companies who are embracing AI will always have a competitive edge against their competitors or against other companies. So they could use that AI to automate their workflows, get better outputs, get better decisions. So I think misconception is that we use AI and we will lose our human touch or our human workforce, which is not a valid argument, I would say. So the goal is not to reduce the people. The goal is just to get better outputs and better results.
And one of the major questions I had was, if a business leader is considering AI adoption today, what advice would you like to give them?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So when people who are new in adoption of AI, they shouldn't go directly to the main cause or the larger causes. I would say they should focus on smaller tasks which are repetitive, which are manual tasks, which are data intensive tasks. So these are the main places where I would suggest people to use AI, automate those workflows, those tasks, and then focus on the larger part of it. So when you automate the smaller and the repetitive tasks, you will have clear understanding on how you can use AI in the larger tasks. So instead of just jumping on the big workflows or big tasks, I would say break it down, go to the lower levels or the repetitive levels, the manual levels, and then get your integration of AI in your corporations.
Thank you for the amazing conversation and thank you for joining us. If you need any more information about WP IntelliChat, you can always check out our website and schedule a demo for the same. Thank you.